So I'm Jude McCaleb, I'm the dad.
I'm Jude McCaleb, I'm Jude's mom. Jake and I have been married for 10 years this year in June. We met and started dating in 2012. Shortly after we got married, we decided to start a family. We found out we were pregnant with Jude right around our first wedding anniversary. I had a normal pregnancy. All scans were great, normal delivery. Jude was an average weight baby, a very healthy baby. We hit all of our milestones. He hit every milestone in that first year, just when he was supposed to. No concern. It was in 2020 when COVID hit. We went for Jude's 4-year checkup, and the pediatrician, who has been his pediatrician since birth, also mine and my brother's pediatrician, noticed that his arms and legs did not fully extend. He asked me if that's as far as his limbs extended, and I replied, yes. Being a first-time mom, not around a lot of children, I really did think that he was fine. I mean, he had hit all of his milestones. He was a normal child. He asked us to go to get x-rays and to see an orthopedist. Jude also had a mild heart murmur that we had noticed during sickness at one point that no one was really concerned about, but he wanted us to go ahead and have that checked out too. Went from there to the orthopedist. That orthopedist was just a general orthopedist. He saw the things that the pediatrician was concerned about, but he really didn't have an answer. So he sent us on to a pediatric orthopedist at Vanderbilt Children's. That orthopedist kind of sent us down the lane of juvenile arthritis. So we were sent to a rheumatologist. The rheumatologist did her testing. Everything came back normal. We were sent for full body x-rays. Those came back normal. In the meantime, I got pregnant with our second child. Once again, a normal pregnancy, a normal delivery. But that was challenging, being pregnant during COVID and also trying to navigate this diagnosis period for Jude. It was still during that time where one parent could go in with the child. So a lot of times it was me with him in the vehicle waiting or on FaceTime. It was not a normal diagnosis period. We went through that, and after being with the rheumatologist for so long, there was lots of testing. With rheumatology, it's a lot of blood draws. And I finally had to get to a point where I said there's so much trauma accumulating that we needed to slow down, put a stop to things, and go back to the drawing board. Jude continued therapy, and we just tried to maintain the mobility that he had. We finally saw some declining in his mobility and some other things, and I decided we needed to go back to orthopedics. So I made an appointment myself with the orthopedist, who did not want to see us for 2 more years. We walked in the office that day. He questioned why we were there, and I told him I could not sit there and continually watch my child to decline in the way he was declining. There had to be a diagnosis, and we knew it was not arthritis. That day he took x-rays in office of both of Jude's arms. We noticed the buildup in between the radius and the ulna. He said that was not normal. He sent us back to x-ray. Another full body x-ray was done, and that's where they noticed a lot of the characteristics that go with MPS1. He sent us back to genetics. Genetics ran the specific panel and sent the kit home to us. We did the kit. We were sent to a few different specialists just to check the boxes. We were sent to audiology. We were sent to ophthalmology, neurology, back to cardiology, and sure enough, at all of those appointments, Jude checked a box that went with MPS1 at the age of 6.
I was like 3 years.
3 years of diagnosis. when we finally got the confirmation of our genetic panel, no, all you had was what was on the internet. And what is on the internet is not what MPS1 is. And a lot of MPS parents will tell you that. We started reading and we were terrified, absolutely terrified. We knew that Jude's case was attenuated, but we did not know what went like that. We were told at that initial appointment that he would start ERT and that he would receive that every 2 weeks. And we're like, we can do that. We can do a treatment week, an off week, a treatment week, an off week. We can maintain that. And shortly after that, we realized that that was a mistake. We needed to be getting this every week. And that's whenever we started to get in the groove.
Really respond or take that. And that made us see now, looking back, that Jude could not touch the back of his head. He had limitations that we really didn't even notice at the time. And we felt bad because we was young parents and we didn't know. We felt guilty. So, I mean, that was just, it floored us, to be honest with you.
You're looking at a child with just a normal childhood, and now all of a sudden you're worried about every little thing. You don't know what their future looks like. You don't know what to expect. And all of a sudden your child is being poked and prodded, and there's just a lot that comes with that. It's something that no parent wants to see their child go through, that testing process, drawing blood. Those are the things that lead to the trauma with a child with medical needs, is the testing process, we really feel like.
And we're not even getting into and talking about the financial stress of all of a sudden how life is changing for your work schedule.
Yes.
And trying to figure out, okay, this is how life was, and we've got these bills we have to pay, but now work is, I want to be with my son, during this walk, but I need to work as well.
We have to pay our mortgage, we have to do this, but then you add on the financial stress of these medical bills too, and you don't plan for that. You never plan for that. You plan for regular family expenses. We have had a lot of travel opportunities since Jude's diagnosis. We traveled to North Carolina to see a special team of doctors that were very knowledgeable in his diagnosis. That was a huge thing. Jude really enjoyed that trip. We got to go to UNC, and Jude got to see the gym where Michael Jordan played in college. So that was a fun summer thing he got to do last summer, wasn't it?
The journey, it feels like for Jude, took forever to get started. And now it feels like we're still learning, and
we're still navigating.
Still trying to figure it out, but we will, with God's help. And there's nothing that Jude can't accomplish. And as our parents, we'll be here to help him every step of the way.
That's right.
I would say, parent to parent, what wouldn't you do for your child?
Jude, he is your normal 8-year-old boy. He loves basketball, football, baseball, working on the farm with his daddy. And even though he loves all these things, that does not mean that it doesn't come without challenges.
He has things every day that he has to push through, and joint pain, and at night, we have things that we have to help with.
There's a lot of families out there that don't have the support that we do. We are very blessed in a sense of community. We are very blessed with our family, and there are so many MPS families out there that don't have that. And you can help by either donating, sharing, just even clicking that button to share will bring light to MPS1, will bring awareness, and give those families the support that they need. Those families that are just like us, their babies are just like ours.